This all started with a dream. I would be dreaming about all these people who really had no faces, so they weren't identifiable, but they were all saying, to me in the dream, I'm capable, we're talented, help us. And that continued for several years because I tried to ignore it. At one point in time, Sister Carol needed to do a service project. She said to me, "Why don't we do something about that dream of yours?"
We began taking food, a small meal, which was hot dogs and things, and clothing out onto the streets of Flint. One day, while we were out there, a woman approached me and asked if we had any infant baby clothes. We knelt in the snowbank. It was in January. I remember it clearly. And as we're rifling through it to try to find the correct size and gender, she said to me, "These are not for me. They're for a woman that gave birth alone by herself in the abandoned home next to her the night before." We drove away from that experience that day and said to each other, we've got to do more for the women of Flint.
And that's when the New Life Center was born.
We started the St. Luke New Life Center 10 years ago to help at-risk women take hold of their lives.
Not to band-aid things with the giveaways, but to actually do something that might help change their lives.
Primarily, it's to help them get off the welfare rolls. That's our goal. That's their goal too. 3 years ago, the job market in Flint fell apart. So we started a business because we had to find a way in which we could take the mission and make it more valuable here in Flint. The business is called the St. Luke New Life Enterprises. It's under the umbrella of the New Life Center. And in that, we make hospital gowns that we've designed and scrubs so that we can be out in the medical world and sell them. Baker got involved with a simple letter that I sent probably 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, and it ended up on Kevin Leffler's desk. And what I was asking is if Baker would be interested in partnering with us to help us write a business plan, because we need that for a business, but we also need it for grants.
We saw this and I thought, wow, this is a great opportunity for the students to actually get involved doing a couple things. One is help, obviously, a needy group. And there's no question that Sister Carol is fighting the good fight. And two, they can actually get involved in doing something business-wise. Baker College basically has a philosophy that we want our students to be actively involved, not only understanding the theory of business, but actually doing it. The first thing we actually did was develop a business plan, what they're doing, how they're doing, who's their market, and et cetera.
That's all we asked them to do to start out with, and then they offered other areas. So we began meeting with the students at Baker. They came here, we went back there. They have been a godsend to us.
Here we have Flint, Michigan, the epicenter of the meltdown of the economy. We're one of the poorest areas in the state, one of the highest unemployment areas in the state. And here in the midst of all that, we have two sisters come in and say, you know what, we're going to set up a business in the rough part of Flint, making hospital gowns and scrubs and employing women who have been severely disadvantaged, have huge issues in their life, obstacles to overcome. And I don't know how you can't tie into that. So we took the story of St. Luke's to the SIFE chapter here on campus and said, what should we do? They said, first, let's do a marketing plan.
An angle that we needed to go after was marketing their product properly.
Radio spots, health fairs for them. Channel 12 has been involved. We have contacted Women's Magazine because they're all about empowering women.
Second, let's look at a new brochure.
We developed a brochure that remodeled the image of the St. Luke's business. And now it is up to date with the technology of the QR code.
Third, let's give them a new website.
We developed a website that created an opportunity for the customers to quickly order their products. We added a donation page.
And fourth, let's find a way to save costs through process improvement.
We looked at some productivity improvements that reduced the wear and tear on the workers. We also wanted to make them more efficient. We wanted them to get more work done in the same amount of time. Also, we wanted to improve the flow of the room. We wanted to make it more conducive to the jobs that they were doing.
The reaction to the whole program by the sisters was outstanding. The whole board was there. Everybody was excited and pumped up, saying, wow, we can't believe what you've done. This project has absolutely engaged the local community. People have been excited by this. We've had a lot of interest from other people saying, wow, how can we help get involved with this sort of project?
The business plan has helped us immensely. The marketing will help us immensely to get the product out there and who we are. My goal is to have the room filled with women that are all sewing, that we can eventually burst out of that room someday, so that we'll need a different space, a larger space.
Our exit plan for the business is that the women own it.
I feel called to do this, and so does Sister Judy. And the call is to let God be God and we stay out of the way. So we really facilitate what is happening here, but every time there's been a need, we have wonderful donors, we have wonderful partners like Baker that really help us because they believe in what we're doing.
Watching the human spirit push through all the negative in their lives and all the bad treatment in their lives and come out on the other side with a smile and a goal is very rewarding.